Good morning, students. Welcome in SST class of 6th standard. In previous video, I discussed mountains, plateaus, and some other important facts about North America. I hope you have revised it. Let me take feedback through cross questions before we proceed. Number 1. Name the biggest lake of the world. Name the longest river of North America. Number 3. Name the highest peak of North America. Number 4. Name some important mountains of North America. What type of the landform does the Canadian Shield have? In today's class, I am going to discuss water bodies of North America. Let's start reading. The famous rivers of the Western Cordillera are Yukon, Fraser, Columbia, Colorado, Rio Grande. Huge waterfalls are made by these rivers, which are utilized for the production of hydroelectricity. At the foot of the Western Cordillera is one of the world's most famous lakes, the Great Salt Lake. This lake area is rich in minerals. The Yukon River is a major watercourse of northwestern part of North America. The Fraser River is the longest river within British Columbia and Canada. Columbia River is the largest river in northwest region of North America. The Colorado River is one of the main rivers in the southwestern United States and northern Mexico. The Rio Grande is the fourth largest river in the United States of America. These rivers make a large number of waterfalls which are used to produce hydroelectricity. The Great Salt Lake is the largest saltwater lake in Western Hemisphere, which is rich in minerals. Let's continue reading. The prairies are blessed with large rivers like the Mackenzie, Mississippi, Missouri, St. Lawrence, Saskatchewan, and Nelson River. The prairies are rich in lakes as well. Some of them are Lake Athabasca, Lake Winnipeg, and the Great Lakes. The Great Lakes are connected to the Atlantic Ocean by the St. Lawrence River. Three important rivers of prairies are River Mackenzie, River Mississippi, River Missouri. St. Lawrence Seaway today is the massive seaway combines USA and Canadian water. It allows shipping transportation to upper part of Canada. Prairies are rich in lakes also. Winnipeg. It is the fourth longest river system in Canada. The Nelson River flows 400 miles from Lake Winnipeg to Hudson Bay through Canadian Shield. Lake Winnipeg is an important lake for commercial fishing. Let's read further. The Sioux Canal joins the Lake Superior and the Lake Huron. The Welland Canal joins the Lake Erie and the Lakes Ontario. Niagara Falls, which is the world's second highest waterfall, lie between Lake Erie and Lake Ontario. The Yosemite Falls in California are the highest waterfall in the USA. The Sioux Canal and the Welland Canal are the two man-made canals. The two man-made canals are located between the Great Lakes, which join two important waterways. These are Vesey canals from where ships pass. Yosemite are the highest falls in California. The world famous Niagara Fall, which lies between Lake Ontario and Lake Erie. Let's read further. The Eastern Cordillera has no lakes. A few rivers that flows in the Eastern Cordillera are the Ohio River, Pee River, and James River. A series of waterfalls made by these rivers is called the fall line. The Hudson River and St. Lawrence River make two gaps in this cordillera that provide a way between the eastern part and the interior part of North America. These rivers are the major source of water in the eastern coastal USA. Also, these are utilized for the production of hydroelectricity. Ohio River is the third largest river of the United States. The Hudson River and St. Lawrence River make a way between Eastern Highland and Central Plain. It is the largest tributary of Mississippi River. The Pee and James River originate from Appalachian Mountains in Carolina. These rivers are used to produce hydroelectricity. Let's continue the reading. The Canadian Shield has one river which makes its southeastern boundary. Its name is St. Lawrence River. This river provides the busiest inland waterways of North America. The major lakes of the Laurentian Plateau are the Great Bear and the Great Slave Lake. The Great Bear Lake, located at 66° north latitude, has the Arctic Circle passing through it. Therefore, this lake remains in the frozen state. The Great Slave Lake is the deepest and the longest lake of Canada. The Canadian Shield has no waterfalls. Other lakes includes the Lake Chapala in Mexico and the Lake Nicaragua in Central America. St. Lawrence River is the busiest inland waterways. The Great Bear Lake is the largest lake in Canada and fourth largest in North America. The Great Slave Lake is the fifth largest lake in North America. Lake Chapala is the largest freshwater lake of Mexico. Lake Nicaragua is the largest lake in Central America. With this, we have completed today's topic. Revise the lesson thoroughly. Do back question answers, learn terms, and do these questions on fair copy. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.